Hey, so in this video I'm going to explain to you why I've decided to swap out the Nimble 9 frame back to my good old Ragley Big. So just to clarify, this isn't a rant on the Canfield Nimble 9. It's a great frame, but I just wanted to explain why I've decided to return to the Big. So there's a couple of reasons why I decided to swap back to the Big. First is the frame geometry. I find the geometry on the Nimble 9, while it's good, the seat angle is nice, the reach is good. There's two things I didn't like about the geometry. So one is the head angle. At the moment I'm running it with a 140 millimeter fork, which I think should give it around 66.5 degrees head angle, which is 1.5 degrees more steeper than my Big Al, and it's quite a significant change. And I did plan to put this angle set on it, the reverse component angle set, which is supposed to go here between the fork and the headset, and it's supposed to give the bike an extra 10 millimeters of axle to crown. So this would make the frame a half degree slacker. But I think even with that, I would still prefer the geometry on the Ragley. So one thing I don't like about the short stays is the stability of the bike. So it does feel a lot more agile, but it also feels a lot more anxious on the when I'm going in high speed. The second thing I didn't like about the combination of the chainstays and this frame is that my feet tend to hit the chainstay here, and it actually prevents me from getting into a comfortable riding position. So that's another thing I didn't like. There's another two small things, not really big things, but that kind of annoyed me with the frame. So it doesn't have a lot of clearance for the front chainring. So I could only clear a 32 chainring up front. I've read that it can clear 34 chainring up front, but then it has to be a non-boost chainring, if I understood it correctly. So that's kind of annoying, not a deal breaker, but still kind of annoying. And another kind of small issue that annoyed me with the frame, but I guess it's an easy fix, is the through axle. I guess it has very high tolerance, so it doesn't work well with my my hub. And I've read this is actually a known issue by Canfield, and they suggest to simply replace out the through axle. So it's not a huge issue, but something that kind of annoyed me. So like I said, this isn't a rant on the Nimble 9. There are still a few things that I really liked about it. So in terms of the ride quality, it's I think I can feel the vibration damping of the thinner chromoly frame. Although in overall compliance, I'm not sure it's a lot more compliant than the Big Al. Maybe even it feels a little bit more stiff under pedaling, but I think I definitely can feel the vibration damping on small chatter. Another thing I really liked about the frame is the undertube extra water bottle mount. It's very nice, and it's something I know I'm going to miss on when I swap to the Big Al. Overall, the geometry, so I didn't like it for the steep sections, but for climbing it was pretty nice. It felt good. So I guess it's just, a matter of compromises. You can't have everything, so you gain with the Ragley on the descents, and you gain with the Nimble 9 on the climbing. The C-tube angle is a lot more modern in comparison to what I have on the Ragley, but because I even without the single speed, I really like to ride standing up. So I don't feel I really gain a lot from that aspect of the frame. So even both of these frames are really good. I simply find the Begal suits more of my riding needs, and the case with the sliding dropouts, I didn't find it to be such a big advantage for the Nimble 9 that I would prefer to spend the extra cash on the frame. So the Ragley Big, I think it goes for, the frame is priced around 300, 400 US dollars. I bought it as a complete bike anyway. And the Nimble 9, it's about a $900 or $800 frame, I'm not sure which. And I just don't find the extra cash to be such a big advantage that I prefer this over this. So what basically I'm planning to do is take all the parts, swap them back on the Ragley Big. The Nimble 9, I think I'm going to sell it. I thought maybe to keep it on, but as I see it, I don't ride my bikes enough to justify two complete bike builds. I rather have just the one simple good value build based on the Ragley Big and save the money I spent on the Nimble 9 and maybe put it aside for another ride clinic, or maybe a bicycle trip abroad or something like that. I rather save the cash than spread my money between two complete bike builds. So that's all. I hope you find this video useful. As always, keep watching for more content as I move on.